Hi there, this is Anne Chenoy, Run PT. I work with runners of all abilities to help them achieve their running goals, whether it's to run longer, get stronger, run faster. I'm a very keen runner myself who likes to compete regularly, so I've learned firsthand just how important stretching is to us runners. As we get older, changes in our connective tissue mean we lose flexibility, so that can put strain on our lower limbs when we're running, and it becomes even more important to incorporate some good stretching into our post-run routines. So join me on the mat, let's get started. You'll just need obviously an exercise mat, some clear space on the floor, and maybe a cushion to support your knee for some of these stretches. So let's start lying down. It's a good place to be after a long hard run. All the way down onto the mat, and we're going to take that right leg up into a hamstring stretch. So breathing in, breathing out, and trying to ease that leg a little bit closer with each exhale. At the same time, we can do some little ankle circles here, ease off any tension in that lower limb. Brilliant. Let's do about 5 in each direction. Nice. And let's hug that knee to our chest and gently let the right leg go. Let's take the left leg up, breathe in, and ease that left leg towards you with each exhalation. And do our little ankle releases here. Let's spot any tight spots there. Brilliant. Excellent. Let's take the left knee, hug it towards the chest. We'll take both knees in, have a little rock from side to side, massage that lower back, which will be what I've worked hard, keeping you upright and stable during your run. Let's take it into some little hip circles now. A few in each direction. Fantastic, that should feel really nice. So we're going to take our arms out at shoulder height, palms face the ceiling, and we're going to drop the knees all the way down to the right side. You can stay here and take your eye gaze over to the left, or if you want a little bit more of a stretch, extend that top leg out, see if you can reach your toes, and again take your eye gaze over to the left. Make sure you're not holding any tension in your face, and just relax into it. Big deep breaths here. Lovely. So knees back in together, roll them up and over to the left side. Again, you can stay here. Take your eye gaze over to the right hand, or extend out that top leg, right leg. Grab your toes if you can reach them, and look over to the right hand. And breathe deeply here. And again, just try and let go of any unnecessary areas of tension elsewhere in the body. You should feel a lovely stretch down that leg. So you're releasing through the lower back here as well. A little bit of stretch here for you to open out your shoulders. Fantastic. Let's bring those knees in and come up to a seated position. You can do a little adductor stretch here. So that's the inner thighs. We work very hard to stabilise us when we're running. So the soles of the feet together, walk your glutes up to your heels, sit up nice and tall. Try and get those knees as close to the mat as you can. Breathe in, and let's bring those elbows in front of the shins, slightly lean forward, and feel that stretch down the inner thighs there. Breathe in, breathe out. Super. Now we can take it into a little figure of 4 stretch. So let's take our right ankle, cross it over the left thigh. Sit those glutes down close to your heels and squeeze back the shoulder blades, look up. You want to be thinking of taking the right knee as far away from your torso as possible. Flex those right toes towards your right shin. That'll really intensify the stretch. So breathe deeply here. You could rock into that right hip. Release out any tightness you feel. Fabulous. I find stretching after a run a real treat. So always try and incorporate it into your workout, into your post-run routine anyway. So left glutes down, left knee away from your torso, left toes to left shin, squeeze the shoulder blades back, look up. And breathe. Just rock over onto that left side into any tightness there in that left hip and glute. Those important stabilising muscles for runners. Super. Let's let that leg go. And we're going to sit back into a child pose stretch. So you can take your knees quite wide with this one. Toes together and sit back on your heels. You can get there. Reach the arms forward and take some deep breaths here. We're stretching out that torso, and the shoulders. Press the armpits in towards the mat. Fabulous. And you take a little stretch over to the right, so walk the hands over to the right side of the mat. Take the left hand on top. Stretch there. Get a nice stretch down the left side of the body, rather. Push that left hip away from you. And then walking the hands over to the right. Right hand over left. Push that right hip away in the opposite direction of your arms. Breathe deeply. So a lovely deep stretch here. Fantastic. Bring those arms back forward, come into an all fours position. Let's tuck the toes here. Take our weight back, push the hips up as high as we can go. Press the hands into the mat. And look at that nice stretch down the back of our legs, our hamstrings and our calves. And we can start to bend one knee at a time for a little walking down dog stretch. It's going to stretch out the calf muscles. Fantastic. Well done. So walking the dog here. Lovely. So bring those knees down. Okay, so let's come up onto all fours. And we're going to be doing our kneeling hip flexor stretch and quad stretch. So have a cushion or any other device you've got to support your knee handy. So we're going to take from an all fours position, let's take that right foot forward and use your hand to move it forward if you need to. Sink those hips down, top of the tailbone, under, take the arms up, let's stretch down the left hip flexor. Take some deep breaths there. You have a little rotation there, take the left hand outside the right thigh and just twist behind you. Fantastic. Hands to the floor. We're going to take it into our quad stretch now. So bend the left knee, grab that left foot and sink your hips down and forward and carefully bring that foot in towards your glute. So I find this is a much deeper stretch than we get from a standing quad stretch. Like doing this one. Every time you breathe out, see if you get that foot a little bit closer in. Fabulous. And to intensify it, just press the foot into the hand a little bit more. Brilliant. So gently let that foot go. Let's swap sides. You're using your cushion for the supporting knee if you want to. Take the right foot forward now. And let's come up. It's that hip flexor stretch. So remember we're tilting that pelvis, tucking the tailbone under. Feel that stretch down the right. Reach the hands up. Take some deep breaths here. And option to twist. So right hand outside left thigh and twist round. Look over that left shoulder. Fantastic. So now hands to the floor and gently bend that right knee, grab hold of that right foot and come up into that kneeling quad stretch. So still dropping those hips forward, so still getting a bit of a hip flexor stretch here. That deep quad stretch. Every time we breathe out, inch that foot a little bit closer. And option to press the foot into the hand. Lovely. Just gently let that foot go. Back to all fours. Just twist those hips from side to side to ease out any tension. Let's curl ourselves up into a little ball. A little bit of a stretch there through the feet. Let's make ourselves as small as possible. Then push up through the hands into a forward fold. Just engage that core to support the lower back. Just hang there heavy for a minute. You can grab your elbows, a little rock from side to side. Slowly curl up. So you're going to take the legs wide now. Toes pointing out, hinge at the hips. And we're going to walk our hands round to the right. Grab that right ankle on the top of the leg and pull your body weight down. Breathe out any tension here. Walk it over to the left. Outside that left leg, ankle. Breathe in and out. One more time on each side. Breathe in, out. Just feel a stretch down the hamstring, that outer lower limb that's been working so hard for you during your runs. And then slowly walk the hands back to centre and gently curl all the way up. Let's take a big sweeping squat, arms overhead. And again, breathe in. And exhale. And one more. Breathe in. And exhale. Roll those shoulders out. Shake the arms, shake the legs. That's you all stretched out. Well done on your run. Well done on the stretch. Thanks very much, everyone. Cheers.